Suppose you had something like, well, I'll just do it this way. We'll define a class tool who's going to have some subtypes, saw and all. So those are two types of tools. Let's define a toolbox who's going to have a method add tool inside of him. So if I said toolbox t equals new toolbox, and then said t.add new all, should that work? Sounds reasonable, right? That's a pretty reasonable thing to do. Okay, I can do the same type of thing for saying new saw. Okay, what's going to happen if I subclass this guy? Let's say I'm going to call it a safe toolbox. And the safe toolbox wants to change the way that we store an all or we store a saw. So I want to add in add saw and add all. So if I say toolbox t equals new safe toolbox instead of new toolbox there, and I add an all to it, what's going to happen? It's going to call the toolbox method for add. Why? That's the right answer. But why is it going to do that? So this guy up here is going to get called. Because T is type toolbox. At compile time, Java takes a look at it and says, hey, this is a toolbox. What are the possible methods for a toolbox that can take an all? Well, that's the only possible one, right? Okay. So even though we overrode these guys, I mean, and this happens to a lot of people.